Welcome inside fitnessinformant.com, Fitness Informant's YouTube channel, social media channels, and more. I'm F5 founder and CEO Ryan Buckeye here with a product breakdown video of the brand new Primeval Labs MEGA PRE, their high stim pre-workout. Now, this isn't the first iteration of their MEGA PRE. This brand, I think at this point, has multiple different iterations of their MEGA PRE pre-workout. It's always been their top selling pre-workout, and they continually evolve the pre-workout to stick with the times of today's society. One of the things that we heard when this information came out is people were either very upset about it being called high stim or they were content with it being called high stim. So we are going to address that today here on the video because I believe our perception of high stim has changed dramatically over the years. I'm going to tell you this right now. For most people, this particular pre-workout, MEGA, from our friends at Primeval Labs, is a high stim pre-workout. Let's set the groundwork. High stim does not necessarily mean you have multitudes of different stimulants within a pre-workout. There doesn't have to be a ton of synephrine or alpha-yo or high levels of caffeine, like 600 milligrams of caffeine. You can still achieve or call it a high stimulant pre-workout when the vast majority of the population would take this product and they would feel something. This has 300 milligrams of caffeine, and we are going to get into that here in a little bit. But for most people, including a lot of people in my life, 300 milligrams of caffeine pre-workout is even too much for them. So I don't have an issue with it being called high stim. I think the issue is people's perception of what high stim actually is in today's day and age. Primeval Labs does a lot of really good things. They do very, very good when it comes to formulation work and flavor work. In this formula, it is an all-encompassing formula. It contains ingredients that are proven to work. It's going to help with performance, pump, and your cognition. And so today we're going to talk about that as we break down the SFP here on this particular product. So let's dive into it here. We have two different flavors: sour strawberry gummy and our apple candy. We will try both these flavors here for you for the very first time. As you can see, the safety seals are still on this. So let's go down the SFP here on this particular product and let you know what's in this. The first ingredient here, now again, I should always preface this by this is a 40-20 serve pre-workout, which is what most people have do nowadays. So a 40-20 pre-workout, we're gonna talk about on the 20 serving pre-workout amount here. The first ingredient here is 6 grams of L-citrulline. Citrulline is what I would say the most common used blood flow inducing ingredient in the pre-workout market today. It is converted into arginine after consumption in the body, which then triggers nitric oxide response and increases blood flow into the body. So citrulline, the benefits of citrulline start at as little as 3 grams. We like to see it at least at 4. We're getting 6 grams of citrulline here per our 2 scoop serving size. Next ingredient here is beta-alanine at 3.2 grams. Beta-alanine, probably also one of the most common used ingredients in the pre-workout world. It helps with buffering lactic acid, can prolong muscular endurance, but what people typically refer to beta-alanine as is that ingredient that gives you the tingles, the itchy feeling. Again, there's much more to it. There's a lot of science behind beta-alanine. It's a saturated type of ingredient, which means it needs to be taken daily for it to be fully effective. So even if you are not working out, you should still take something that has beta-alanine to keep the saturation levels up in the body. Next ingredient here is betaine anhydrous at 2.5 or 2,500 milligrams. Betaine anhydrous, a lot of good benefits to it. Mostly, it's going to be strength and power and performance output. It's going to help improve the overall exercise or whatever it is that you're doing in the gym. There is some research and literature as well that shows that it can help with muscle recovery as part of the process. So you will find this particular ingredient in some post-workout formulas too. Tyrosine, used at 2 grams. Tyrosine gaining a ton of popularity in the pre-workout world, or at this point, very popular in the pre-workout world. It's a non-essential amino acid. It can help improve cognition. So your mental cognition, your alertness, your learning, your focus. Tyrosine is on a more of a inexpensive side of things when it comes to ingredients. So you're going to see a lot of brands use it, and rightfully so. It works, and it works extremely well. Next ingredient here is taurine, used at a full gram. Taurine has a couple different things, mechanisms to it. It's going to help improve overall exercise performance, and it can do that by helping regulate electrolytes in the body. It also can help essentially, I wouldn't say go against caffeine, but if you get some of the stimulatory effects of caffeine, maybe you get you shake a little bit or get the jitters, taurine can potentially help buffer that a little bit and take some of that away from you while still getting the full effect of the 300 milligrams of caffeine. There are some people out there who will say, well, if taurine's in with something with caffeine, it negates the purpose. That is not true. That is bogus. Just don't even listen to them. Move on to the next. Next ingredient here is choline bitartrate at a full gram. Choline bitartrate is a choline molecule. It's going to help improve cognition. Again, I mentioned at the top of this video, it's going to help improve blood flow, performance, and cognition. This is another ingredient that's going to help with that. We like to see a full gram of this particular ingredient based on bioavailability and how it works in the body. So a full gram of choline bitartrate is a nice dosage. Caffeine anhydrous is used here at 250 milligrams. So caffeine anhydrous is the fast-acting caffeine. It hits within 10 to 15 minutes. Now, I know you're like, hey, Ryan, I thought you said there was 3 milligrams of caffeine. We're going to get to that. There's another version of caffeine in this that's going to help make that make your energy levels be sustained for a longer period of time. But 250 milligrams of caffeine anhydrous, even at 250 milligrams, if that's all that was in this particular formula, that's still high stim for a lot of people. I do like 200 to 300 milligrams of caffeine in my pre-workouts personally, so this pre-workout is going to check the box for me. Next ingredient here is coffee fruit extract. It actually is CogniQ, which is from our friends at Futureceutical, formerly known as Neurofactor. This is a, like I mentioned, a coffee arabica extract fruit. Helps with cognition. So your focus, your ability to memorize, or your memory, your attention in the gym, that's what this particular ingredient is going to help improve and facilitate within this pre-workout. Next ingredient here is theobromine at 100 milligrams. Now, theobromine is a metabolite of caffeine. So caffeine, when you consume it, it's broken down into basically 3 different components: theophylline, paraxanthine, and theobromine. Theobromine is used a lot in fat burners because it can help elevate body temperature, but it does have stimulatory or caffeine-like effects, so it can help increase mental alertness and overall alertness as well, and energy levels. Next ingredient here is a dicaffeine malate at 68 milligrams. Now, this yields about 74% caffeine, so that's where you get the additional 50 milligrams of caffeine to give you an all-encompassing 300 milligrams of caffeine per serving. I like dicaffeine malate. So you're gonna get your caffeine anhydrous, boom, 10 to 15 minutes, about the minute mark, 30, 35, dicaffeine malate kind of kicks in. So it's gonna do 2 things. A, it's gonna prolong the energy levels from your workout, and it's also gonna help prevent a crash. I know a lot of people, if they consume a pre-workout with a lot of caffeine anhydrous and that's it, they come down and it's not the most enjoyable feeling in the world. You become tired, less productive, etc. So by combining 2 different sources of caffeine and caffeine anhydrous and dicaffeine malate, Primeval does a really good job of addressing the issues that people potentially face when it comes to higher stim pre-workouts. And then the last ingredient here is huperzine A at 50 micrograms. Now, this isn't a massive dosage of huperzine A, and that's okay. You get choline bitartrate and tyrosine, so you're gonna get a lift in your overall mood elevation potentially with these 2, but your focus and your memory, you're gonna get solid energy from the total 300 milligrams of caffeine, good blood flow from your citrulline in this particular product as well. So again, from A to Z, it kind of checks all the boxes in terms of pump, performance, focus, etc. So Primeval did a really good job on this. And what they typically do is they do these pre-workouts at a price point that's affordable for people. They do a lot of different codes as well on their website. So there are times where you potentially can save a good chunk of money. This one retails at $44.99, so $45 on Primeval Labs website. So at 20 servings, just slightly over $2 per serving. That's in line with the competitive set. But if they're going to run a discount or a sale at 20, maybe 30% off, you can really snag this on deal and get a really good value for your dollar. If you're looking for a good pre-workout from A to Z, like, I think Primeval Labs did a really good job with this. I know a lot of you want to know, like, hey, what do these taste like? So let's try them here for the very first time. So we have sour strawberry gummy. We'll try this one first here. Like I said, the safety seal is still on it. Do our official 1-sip review. Now, I know where these are manufactured, and I know the manufacturer does a really good job on flavoring their performance powders for Primeval and other brands as well. So I'm excited to try this one. We're gonna do a full 2-scoop serving size because I'm gonna give you the full experience here. And I use just over 8 ounces of water on this one. So let's check it out here. Look at this baby. This is a sour strawberry gummy. So I'm the type of person, if you're gonna call something sour, it better be sour. Has that strawberry coloration to it. As you can see there, good mixability. All right, 1 sip. Y'all know the rules. It smells really strong strawberry, which again, I'm a big fan of bold flavors. Here we go. I don't think I've had a sour strawberry anything ever. And I've tried a lot of stuff. Just the right amount of sour, like to the point where my tongue is curling on the sides. The strawberry flavor, honestly, one of the best strawberry flavors I've had in a performance powder. This one is very well done. If you like sour and you like strawberry, this one's gonna be a really solid selection for you. So, big fan of that one. Now, I've had sour green apple or sour apple candy from Primeval and other SKUs before. So I'm excited to try this one because it's one of my favorite flavors that they've done. So if they replicated that flavor, that'll be a very big thing for us here. So let's pop that top for the very first time. Again, a little over 8 ounces of water on this one. We're gonna do the full 2-scoop serving size so you guys can see it here. 1, and as they say, dose. Perfect. Shake this up. Give this a little 1-sip review for you. So far we've talked about the formula. I think it's great. I think it's good. I think the price point's fantastic. The first flavor I tried, very, very good. I've always been a fan of Mega Pre from Primeval. It's always been affordable, effective, which is good. So here is the sour apple candy. Does have the color to it. Again, good mixability, 1 sip. Y'all know the rules, here we go. What's impressive is it tastes just like the sour apple candy in the creatine and then the amino acid product that they have. Big fan of that flavor. This one's gonna go a long way, but I'm going to be honest with you, as much as I really like sour apple candy, I'm very intrigued by this sour strawberry gummy. I think it's very, very well done. Both flavors, awesome, can't go wrong. Product is available now from our friends at Primeval Labs. Look below in the description to take you over to Primeval Labs website, as well as a potential coupon code to save you a few dollars on this product. If you want a deeper dive into this particular product, there should be a link down there too that'll take you over to our official website, fitnessinformant.com, for a full breakdown of the SFP and the flavor selections on Primeval Labs Mega High Stim Pre-Workout. Follow us on our social media channels. We're on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and right here on YouTube. Subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on that red subscribe now button below. And as always, for supplement reviews, rankings, news, deals, workout routines, and nutrition plans, visit us on our official website. We are online at fitnessinformant.com.